There are two different ways I use to housebreak a puppy, and both involve using puppy pads. They are temporary and permanent puppy pad training. Permanent puppy pad training is for people that might have smaller dogs that live in colder temperatures, live in high rises. If you want the option of the dog using the pads much the way the cat uses a litter box, this technique might be for you. Temporary puppy pad training is pretty much as the name applies. We're going to teach the puppy to use the pads in conjunction with crate training. We're going to put the pads in an out-of-the-way place so if the puppy needs to go, he has a place to go. But we are going to slowly fade the pads out completely. My suggestion would be to put the pads on tile or hardwood floor. You're definitely not going to want to put them on a carpet. Here's how you teach it. Once you have an area, you're going to want to set up the puppy pen and line nearly the entire area in puppy pads. You want the dog to pretty much have no choice other than to relieve himself on the pads. Start placing the puppy in the puppy pen or bathroom for short periods of time and slowly start increasing the amount of time. Take the time to notice if the puppy is using the pads. You're going to want to keep the pads lined throughout the entire area for 3 to 4 days. On the 5th day, you're going to want to line only 3/4 of the area, removing 1/4 of the pads nearest the dog's crate, food, and water. Keep the area like this for a few days. And if the puppy is only relieving himself on the pads, remove more pads, only lining 50% of the area with pads, removing the pads closest to the dog's crate, food, and water. If after a few days the puppy is still only using the pads, remove more pads so that now the pads are only covering 25% of the area. When the pads are covering only 25% of the area, you are now ready to use only a pad or two. At the same time, you can also remove the puppy pen. Your puppy should now go on the pads and, most importantly, know where they are. For temporary puppy pad training, at this point the behavior is trained. For permanent puppy pad training, the only difference is we're going to move the pad to the puppy pad holder. Now this whole process should take you a little less than a week to train. Good luck.
Don't forget, a well-trained dog makes for a happy home. This puppy training tip has been brought to you by the good folks at Bil-Jac.